How does an African serval get loose in central Illinois? Well, I interviewed the owner of the base to get to the bottom of it. I made my journey to the most beautiful city in the United States, Decatur, Illinois.
Did I step in shit?
We met up with the serval tamer. His name was Hercules.
So take us like as far as like sightings of this cat, because there have been real ones that haven't been in the parking lot along John Silver's leg.
right.
Have they been around here?
They've mostly been around within a 1 to 2 mile radius of the creek that's near the female prison right now.
I see why he went there.
Right, I know. It's funny, man. He's like, hey, I'm a pussy too, sweetie. Let me in.
Exactly. Yeah, he heard about that caged heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's legal to own. It's just not legal to purchase or sell in the state of Illinois.
He had to go to the place where you buy the gremlins. It's right next to that monkey claw. And every time you make a wish,
monkey's paw, yeah,
it's not what you want.
Honestly, I just went around taking psychedelics at beautiful nature spots. Like that was like,
awesome. I would never guess.
Yeah. I'll never. Yeah.
I've been down there and I've seen raccoons and I've seen possums and I've seen beavers. Yeah. So at that point,
I bet you will see a few at that women's prison.
Right.
Before he went missing, this whole room was dedicated to him. If you want to pan here in the closet, I had a little tight cave set up here that I had made out of a cardboard box. I had some toys on the floor. He's got some pee pads there, and he's got his little bed right there.
He came up to me. This was on the second day I had him. I was sitting here playing video games. He comes up like this close to my face. He bares his fangs, and he goes...
We had gone a long way bonding, though. I mean, we went from like him getting up in my face and hissing at me and trying to dominate me to him laying on the bed next to me, rubbing his head on my hand and playing with me within a week.
So but his name is Reese?
Yeah, his name is Reese.
Did he come with that name or did you name him?
Yeah, he came with that name. I was going to name him Mansa, which is actually the name of a badass African warlord. I was going to go with Shaka Zulu, but then I realized he started the slave trade pretty much. I was like, fuck, I was like, fuck, man, never mind. I was like, so
we're going to name him Benedict Arnold, and all of a sudden we found out.
He was really scared at first, but once I showed him, I'm not your bitch, but I'm not your aggressor either. I love you, homie. I'm trying to be your friend. That's it. That's all I want. I want to feed you and be your friend and clean up your poop, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean... Weird, bro. Right. Not no cute way, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he was 1.5 years when I got him. Yeah. So he'll hit his peak maturity at about 2 years. So he's almost there.
Actually, he takes down a couple of kids in the park.
Right.
You guys hear about that cat out there? That crazy cat?
Yeah, you found him?
Oh, no.
Don't go fishing by yourself.
How did this, so your friend opened the door? You said your friend was...
yeah, so, man,
Are you sure it was did the serval dress up like your friend and maybe you were a little high and confused?
Shoot, like, he's like a skinwalker.
He threw his voice. Hey, Hercules, I think you should let the cat out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
I don't have a friend here. What the fuck?
And they were legitimate sightings.
Yes,
because...
there were 3 that I can think of that were legitimate. There was one where an old lady was sitting out, and now there's a story going around about the cat killing a dog. Now this is the truth to that story.
Yeah. You wake up at 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning. It's ice fucking cold. The door's wide open. I'm like, fuck, where's the cat?
Everything's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah. There's a homeless guy with a fire in the middle of the room.
And Reese went up and started mean mugging the shit out of her dog. Yeah. The lady got scared, took her dog inside and called the cops, and that was it.
And that's all that happened.
That's all that happened. There was no death. There was no violence. No one was attacked.
Yeah, but by the time it gets around, the serval pulled a knife.
Right, and he mercilessly shanked him 7 times over a bag of crystal meth. You know, like
who hasn't been there? It's Decatur.
We called animal control and 911 literally immediately. That animal control showed up. They didn't come with any equipment, so
they just brought a big ball of yarn.
So servals have the longest leg to body ratio of any cat in existence, which is why they have such high sprinting speeds and they can jump 12 to 14 feet in the air because they have such long legs.
God, you guys scare me pretty good.
That's why he's
my wife had tell me she's pregnant.
How did Hercules, where'd you get that name?
So I was actually at one point delving into different types of mythology, and as I read the story of Hercules,
you're the most interesting man.
So as
I was actually traveling through time,
we saw him up on that hill, actually on my neighbor's property. He had been hiding under there, but once he saw that we saw him, he bounced and was gone, and we didn't see him for the well. I still haven't seen him. I guess other people have seen him here and there, but if y'all see Reese and you have the ability to do something, just keep eye contact and try to call 911 or animal control and try to get the professionals involved. If you have sighted him near your space and you have any kind of large traps, like for foxes or anything like that, in case you're like a farmer or somebody who lives in a more rural area, if you could put like raw chicken meat or cans of tuna. He loves chicken and tuna, and that would be a fantastic way to catch him without risking harm to yourself or to him.
Cool.
And I'm hoping to get a group of people that'll have a cage trap or two with live chickens in it, and I'm hoping to find some deer urine to spray us all down with deer urine to cover our scent. I figure we'll just back up and stay in the distance.
I'd love to be a part of that. He's going to find the deer on Craigslist. Dying off of that feel-good mumbo-jumbo. He's still on the loose out there, he is. So if you see the serval, remember, he could be...